board games, role-playing games, painting and assembling models and miniatures. These are my hobbies. I'm Howard Blues, one half of the mildly popular, somewhat watchable, always entertaining podcast, Beer, Blues, and BS. I'm inviting you to join me on my journey through the hobby. Also, as I rebuild my cave of wonders. Hi everybody, welcome back to Howard's Cave of Wonder. So it's been a while since I've put out an actual video about the hobby. I think the last one I did was a quick video on Cool Mini or Not's new Zombicide game. Just because it was quick, it was easy, it was something to talk about. But I thought I'd give you a quick little update of what I'm up to and maybe give you a hint towards project or two that I'm about to work on. So recently I've been working a lot, and if people have been following our main podcast, Beer, Blues, and BS, you know I've been on this kind of long quest to finish assembling all of the miniatures from Bones 5, and I finally did that, and they are up on shelves. Some of the big guys are up there, along with some of my other big ones from the past, but talk about running out of storage. I kind of have some of these other guys that are hanging out in here. These have invaded over here. Yeah, so a bit of a miniature mess, but I will say back in the main cave, the table is gone where I was storing all of these as I was assembling them, which is fine. Actually, I'm loaning it to a family friend because it's graduation season and they need them for a graduation party. So now that I have finished that massive project, what's next? What am I tackling next? What am I doing next? Well, a couple of things. One, in trying to get Bones 5 done, I have fallen woefully behind on a very big project, which is to basically organize some of the games that have come in. In other words, I've had some Kickstarters show up, and they need to basically be put and condensed down into a box or two. In fact, just as an example, here is Western Legends, which I just got, and the whole game should fit in that box that's there on the bottom, but I need to take the time to build the organizers that go into it, get it all organized, get it all put away, and that just takes time. I have a bunch of Marvel's Champions over here that just, again, same story. Another thing that I have recently maybe come to a realization about is some changes within my storage. And that is, I think I've made a mistake. I think I should have put all my board games on this side where I put my miniatures, and the board miniatures over on the other side. Why? Let me show you. So part of the problem I'm noticing is the shelves that were put in, they were put in such a way so that I have this rail, which means like if I want to get this game out, I have to clear all of the games on top of it in order to get this one out. Not super convenient. The other problem that I have are these cross members in here, because it means that I kind of have to have a wide spot because I can't really fit anything into there unless it's a small box or game, and that makes it a little tricky. On the flip side over here, my shelving is flat, so it should be easier to slide boxes in and out. It's also deeper on this side, which means some of these longer rectangular boxes that I have, like for instance, up here, Dreadfleet is just as long as Hate, but because I flipped it this way, it takes up less space than Hate does. So there's some of that, just some different ways I could store things and get more games, I think, on this. So eventually I need to swap shelving. But that said, the biggest project, and the project that I am most excited about right now, is one that actually takes place at my work. Recently, I inherited a new shelf in my cube, and while I could easily use it to put work stuff on, instead I want to build a diorama on it. I want it to be just this kind of cool little thing. I've always kind of wanted to do some building, and to just be able to show off my hobby skills at work, I guess you would say. I want it to be something kind of cool, something kind of geeky. The main concept is I want it to be a piece that when people look at it, every time they look at it, they maybe see something new, something different, something they didn't see the last time they looked at it. The problem is I have 3 ideas of what this shelf diorama should look like. The first idea is to make it look like a warehouse, and make it look kind of like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, that warehouse that is just filled with all sorts of fun things inside. I would maybe have some open storage shelving, much like I have down here in the cave, and then to kind of seed these cool little geek and pop culture references throughout. So that's idea 1, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or as my friend Kidder put it, Warehouse 13, another great inspiration show. Something along those lines. Cool warehouse, storing stuff. Idea 2, since I work in the museum field, it would be interesting to make my own little mini exhibit, my own little gallery on there with exhibits that are, again, geek and pulp culture related, little hidden Easter eggs and things throughout. I like that idea a lot because, again, it fits in with my work. And I think there's fun ways I could hide and put little references into that. And I would, of course, make it look not just like some of these modern sleek exhibits. Look at the reference photo I'm probably putting up as we speak. So that's another one. The third one is the one I'm the least thrilled about, but maybe. And I think if I thought about it long and hard enough, I could. But I wanted to maybe put a temple, maybe kind of like a la Raiders of the Lost Ark at the beginning, but also maybe with a little bit more of a slant towards a popular 90s TV show that was on Nickelodeon called Legends of the Hidden Temple, something I used to love watching as a kid. My only real thing about that is I feel like if I go with that one, I'm going to be really tempted to really duplicate the rooms and such from Legends of the Hidden Temple, and that feels a bit confining, whereas the other 2 ideas feel very open and like I can go in any direction I kind of want. So how am I going to decide this? Well, down in the show notes to this, there's a link, and it's a link to a Google form where I basically am conducting my own little survey. So if you have a thought, what should I do? Here's your chance to give me your feedback, give me your thought. There's a spot to vote on those 3 options. There's also a spot where you can add in any geeky pop culture references that you think I should put in as these Easter eggs. I'm not going to say that I'm going to select all of them, but it gives me a list to work off of, kind of an idea board and such to create. So please take some time, go in, put your thoughts in there, and I look forward to seeing what you guys kind of suggest and really coming up with an idea of what to do on this shelf, because I think it's going to be fun. And I'm going to try and document a good chunk of what I do here. All that said, thanks for checking out this short little video. With that, thank you for tuning in as always, and we'll catch you down here in the cave next time.